back to my channel. Coach Maureen here. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, if I am not glitching or glitching or anything. We got Supreme in the building. What's up, Supreme? What's up, Jay? Jay said we in here. Actually, I was the first to like. LOL. Thank you. Faith said, "Hey, Coach, here in the bushes." Faith in the bushes. She watching from the bushes. Like, what's she talking about? What's up, Antonice in the building? What's up, Rudy? Yes, it's 12. Oh, you trying to right here at where I am? It's saying 1:18. So I want to know where you at because your time is a little different than my time. What's up, y'all? Um, as you guys might know, I be working and I was doing something. And when I scheduled the live earlier, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be on by 1:15 today. Definitely. What's up, Super Liz? Hey, cuz Miami. What's up? How are you, cuz? How you doing? Hold on. I want to turn on my I think I'll just do this. That's probably better. The weather is something else, ain't it? Cause now it's not that hot. My girl Jay in the building. So it's Friday, y'all. I'm so happy it's Friday. Oh my goodness me. I can't wait until it's time to clock out of work and just have some me time. Yesterday I wasn't able to go live because we had a work event. We had a meeting. It was actually really riveting. The conversations we had were really, really good. A little bit about my job. I can't tell you exactly what I do, but it surrounds around child welfare. And we were talking about how how the numbers in child welfare reflect the history of this country. Cults. I think you're talking to me. Talk to text. I love it because every time you do that, it says cults and not coach. That's because your accent. Coach, did you see my community post? No, I did not. Damn. Hold on. Where my things at? Where my? Hold on. I'm gonna go get my iPad so I can be nosy. Hold on. I'm gonna look. So, guys, for the first couple of minutes, so if you're watching the replay, guys, you can fast forward to about 5 minutes because I'm just gonna chop it up with whoever's here before I start a more guided conversation. Even though I do have something I want to talk about, y'all should know by now I'll be going left and right and center. And I'll be going off. I know, Supreme, just be careful driving that big old dump truck. Be careful. Sorry, guys. What did you say? Something crazy? Well, Supreme. Damn. That is crazy. That is crazy. But Supreme. So, guys, let me show you. Can you see that? Supreme is driving a dump truck and it got stuck. It got stuck. How they got it out? They had to tow it out? That's a big old truck, boy. Woo. The tires alone on that thing cost money. Y'all know, do y'all get mad every time you gotta change the tires on your car? I be like, why tires gotta cost so much? But they're very important. Hello, my husband, BFF in the building. My man be work. Let me tell you, I love me a hardworking man. Okay, my man, he do not complain about getting up and going to get that bacon. Okay, he make all the bacon. Yeah, them tires. Look at these tires, y'all. Supreme said they $1,200 each. That's crazy. And there's how many on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Child, I don't want to count no more. Aw, Antonise is so cute. She said, "Hey, Mr. BFF." That's my man, baby. And I tell him all the time, I really appreciate his willingness to get on up and get to the bag. Like, he gets excited. Like, he's one of those guys that get excited. He's like, I got overtime. He like, you know me, babe. I'm about to get to this money. I'm like, oh my Lord. But hey, I love it. I love that. I love that. And ladies, if you're married or if you're thinking about getting married, don't worry about what everybody's talking about women that honor their husbands or pick-me's and all of that. Who cares what people say? People are dumb. People are lonely and people are dumb. You are not a pick-me because you love your man. So you big him up, you congratulate him, you get down on your knees and tell him how much you appreciate his hard work and sacrifice for your family, because your man does provide protection. He does provide provision, right? And that's a blessing. It's a blessing to have that and to be able to breathe easy. That's a blessing. So don't let nobody shame you and tell you don't celebrate your man. Don't listen to them. And when y'all go to the barbecue, it's okay to make his plate. Don't let nobody tell you, don't make your man plate. He could get up and make his own plate. He could. He could. Or, I mean, that's up to y'all though. Oh, BFF asked, oh, Jay said my husband gets excited too. BFF asked, you get your merch yet? Yeah, Anthony, did you get your merch? Anthony said, yes, my boo love to work, and I love that for us. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. You know what I mean? What's up, Real Odds? Real Odds said, hey, Coach Black Fathers, kiss from Jay, Supreme, A2R, a.k.a. Anthony's. Hi, Lisa Bell. How you doing, Lisa? Tell it, Coach. Real Odds said, I know that's right. Yeah. Listen. Wait a minute. Real Odds, you went live again? How come I don't get your notifications? I like when you go live. I like when you do those lives when you be smashing stuff. Oh my God, that it makes me laugh so much. No, not yet. I hope it comes today because I want to wear my hat to Duval Day. Ooh, and that's so funny because BFF love Duval. He's a Duval fan. He think he is so funny. So that'll be dope. It should come. Like, how many days is it gonna take? When you mailed it, babe, wasn't that on Monday? Like, come on now. USPS or whatever the heck he mailed it with. It's taking forever. He said, I need those flicks for the BFF wall of real effing fathers. Word. What's up, So Blessed? Welcome to the live. How are you today, love? Who says that? Who be like, how are you today, love? Period. Ah. Yes, you did, Anthony's. Thank you. And it was a short live premiere, Coach. Oh, it was a short live. But I don't get your notifications. And I have my bell on. That makes me sad. I be missing stuff. I be missing stuff. I don't like that for me. So guys, a few housekeeping items. So one, please remember, guys, that I post on a daily basis. I'm not forcing anybody to watch my videos just because out of obligation. But if you ever feel like taking a little trip over to my channel and watching some of my long form content, feel free. Okay? Enjoy. I've been keeping the videos short this week, like under 10 minutes. Sometimes I go a little longer, but I try to keep them pretty short just so you can, it's a real quick watch, get a little laugh in, see a little workout, a little, you know what I'm saying, a little 1-2, and then it's over. Anthony said, yes, I got y'all. When my boo wear his merch, I'ma tag both of y'all. Both of y'all. Thank you, Anthony's. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the love. You know what I mean? I'm sure BFF also appreciates the love. I'm pretty sure he does. Hi, Harlow. How you doing? All right, guys, let's get to it. I want to talk about fear. Fear be stopping people from doing stuff. And I got this idea to talk about this from yesterday. Yesterday, I told you guys I had a work event. And we talked a lot about, did you guys, let me just say this to you. Did you know, well, you probably do, that African American children, especially aged 0 to about 6, make up 42% of the child welfare system in New Jersey? Did you know that? It's public knowledge. This is not something that is secret. And the other thing that was shocking, not shocking, the other thing that was like an eyebrow raiser during the conference that they talked about was the poverty line and the income gap between black and white people, specifically in New Jersey. Okay? The mean average income, well, not even income, the mean average wealth, or what do you call it? Net wealth. What is it called? Why can't I think? Net worth. Golly. The mean average net worth of a white family in New Jersey is about $300,000. I want y'all to put in the chat. I'm going to learn y'all today. If you didn't know this, you might know this. I'm going to learn you today. What do you think average net worth is for black people? Put it in the chat for me. Let me see what y'all think. What do you think? I said the mean average for white families in New Jersey is about $300,000. What do you think it is for black families? So Bless said 30K. Anthony said 50K. Hi, Bree. Harlow said, thanks for stopping by, though. Who stopped by? Oh, she's saying hi to BFF. Yeah, that's my friend. That's my man and everything. BFF said 90 to 100K. I love info like this, Anthony says. I'm going to wait and see if a few more people respond before I drop the bomb on your ass. This is the mean average for black families in New Jersey. Harlow said 45,000. Mean average net worth. It's going to make you sad. Super Liz said under 40K. The answer, guys, hold on to your mother-loving socks. Jay, you the closest. The answer is 17K. Now, when I tell you I had to walk out of the meeting, that was so sobering for me. And that number, that disparity speaks to the history of this country. The reason why on July 4th, you will not see me talking about Happy Independence Day. Why I got so upset when on June 19th, the state decided, oh, we're just going to celebrate Juneteenth on June 20th. It's beyond heartbreaking. You are so right, Anthony. It is very heartbreaking. It really, you know that feeling you get when you get that sinking feeling in your stomach? I think oppression, the worst form of oppression, is economic. What is bringing the gap? Okay, so it started with, you know how, I don't know if you've ever seen this, it was either a meme or it was a video. I think I saw this in another training because I go to so many of these like racially charged trainings for my entire career pretty much. And it speaks to how slavery, you know how they always, a lot of folks will say, oh, y'all still talking about slavery. Slavery was such and such amount of years ago, right? But the remnants, the after effects of slavery are very present to today. Not to 20 years ago, not to when your grandparents were kids, today. The reason for that gap is many of the policies, many of the laws that have been put in place, many of the racially charged guidelines and racially charged practices that have stopped us from home ownership, from owning. Now, I know some folks will say, well, I own a house. I own a house. One-offs or a 5% or 2% of a black, of the entire black population in a country where that's not going to drive any numbers. So just because in your household or in the people you know might own homes, the majority of blacks do not own anything. And that's where your net worth comes from, not what you're making. Because if you're making money, as soon as you make it, what you got to do first? Pay the rent, pay the this, pay the that, pay so-and-so down the street that you borrow money from, pay your car note, pay. So that's not speaking to your net worth. Your net worth comes from the things that you own outright. And when I saw that number, I had to get out of my seat and leave, because that broke my whole soul. Not even if it said 45K, I would have been like, oh, I mean, that's terrible. But 17K in 2025, that means the majority of us overall as a collective, we're in debt, we don't own anything, and all we do is work to pay bills. And a lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth, and we're living in a constant state of crisis. If one thing goes wrong, and then couple that with, we are 42% of our children are in foster care. What? We gotta do something about this now. We sitting back getting lulled to sleep because we see the shiny people. We see a few shiny people and we think everybody's doing well. And then we get surprised when we see some of us that might not know how to act when they go places, like on those Carnival cruises, and we're like, why are they acting like that? Because that's the subset of people that are unseen. They're unseen. So when they do get a chance to go somewhere, they don't know how to act. And whose fault is that really? I don't know. But let me read some of the chat. But I'm going to tie it into how fear ties into what I'm talking about. Just let me cook. Anthony said, but I would do a deep dive to find out why. Did they provide more info? What is bridging the gap? I kind of spoke about that. Super Liz says, wow, no wonder our kids rob and steal. The prison pipeline is set at that age. Exactly. And you saying what I'm about to say. So let me just say. So when we think about 42% of children 0 to 6 in foster care in New Jersey are African American. Couple that with the numbers. They have decreased the numbers of children overall in foster care in New Jersey. It's significantly decreased. And all of this information is public knowledge. So it's not like I'm telling you any secret. If you want, you can research this on your own. So the fact that the numbers overall have been decreased, but still 42% of the children in foster care are African American. That makes me ask the question, who is deciding what child goes to foster care? Why they go to foster care? Who are the people? What is the demographic of the people in power that have the authority to remove children? Is it 42% black people? What do you think the answer is? The answer is no. It is not 42%. I'll tell you that. Of the people making decisions for children to end up in foster care. So what's happening? What I believe is happening is there is a, you know how even us as black, and you all can probably, not all, but most of you might be a little guilty of this. I know I am, right? Because we joke around and say certain things, right? You know, you see somebody acting up, like for instance, I'll use the Carnival Cruise stuff. You see those people acting up, right? Those people, right? Acting up. And some of us may describe those people as ignorant, right? But at the same time, because we have people in our own families or people in our own lives, or you know what I'm saying, or we came from there, so we understand it even though we don't want to see it. That's one thing. But imagine you never been around any of that, you don't understand it at all, you're seeing people act a certain way, and you automatically look at it as dangerous, as something that children need to be saved from. I think that is why you see the high numbers of children in foster care. So now you have a child that's in foster care. What are their prospects? A lot of the children are in foster care. If they don't get out within that first year, they're never getting out. They're going to be in foster care until they age out. And then when they age out, there are no real services in place for them to not end up doing things that are going to end them in the other foster care, the adult foster care, for the rest of their life. So what they have done, what the system has done, is they figured out a way to keep cheap labor going in this country. They figured it out. And all we do, we just out here being lulled to sleep. We out here being lulled to sleep, y'all. And what is it? Is it fear of losing what we have? Is it fear of losing our jobs? Is it fear of what? Like we just get lulled. We just lulled to sleep and letting this happen right under our nose. Superlist says slave trade is about to happen again. She's Antonice asked, what are the unemployment numbers? I don't know. They didn't go over the specific unemployment numbers, but I'm sure that attributes to that that figure as well. But I think unemployment is high among all races, to be honest, in this country right now. BFF said exactly, sis, all the way above our means. Yes, we do that. Hi, Trish. Anthony said, word. Fabi said, hey, Fabi. Hello, chat. Corey saying hi to everybody. Corey said, listening in the background. Hey, Corey, I know you at work. Ilana, how are you, love? So Blessed said, a non-government private-owned CPS that profits from placing children in their own care. A non-government private-owned? What you mean? Did you explain that? Maybe, oh no. Okay, I'm at the end of the chat. Okay. A non-government private-owned CPS that profits from placing children in their own care. CPS is not private. CPS is very public. That's why all of these stats that I'm telling you about are public. This is public. CPS is public. There are actual laws. If you really, there is a whole world, guys, that happens that you don't know about until you get that knock on your door. And I thank God that I worked in this industry, because if not, the general public has no idea what's happening. The government has the authority to come into your home and remove your child. Your child. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care if you have mental health issues. I don't care if you are poor and you can't put the AC on. They ain't got no food in your fridge. You are living in your car. You have no AC in the car. You have no food in the car. I don't care where you're living, what your situation is. Homeless, if you have a fabulous home, whatever. Your child, we all will react. Most of us will react in the same way about somebody coming in our house to get our kid. Right? Okay? It's this, and most people just la 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 la. I have no idea until they get that knock on their door, and then they calling me. Especially people that I know, they call me. They like, wait. So and so just knocked on my door now. What should I do? Pay attention, guys. Read up on the child welfare laws in your state. Read it. BFF said people in position to make certain decisions on a demographic but can't relate to them. And that is so true. And that came up during the meeting yesterday. They talked about that ad nauseum. But not ad nauseum. I can't say that. But they talked about that a lot. They talked about the higher up you go in any organization, not just child welfare, but child welfare, the criminal defense, the law, any law office, anywhere. The higher up you go, you don't see us. We're not there. But the same thing with criminal, right? What is the demographic of African Americans in prison? I bet you it mirrors. I don't know that statistic. I can look it up, I guess. I don't want to right now. But if anybody feels like it and is near a computer and can look it up, just look that up. I guarantee you, I'll put money on this. I'm pretty sure it mirrors the amount that is in child welfare. I would put money on it. Fabi said, hey, Jay. Anthony said, oh, yeah, they separate here. I know who Soul's talking about. Anthony said, yeah, I'm turned up. I don't want no parts with the state. Hey, Jay, says Ilana. Anthony said, my mom retired from the state. She did child abuse and daycare licensing. So she know, too. Danielle said, what we looking up? Hi, Danielle. Anthony said, the numbers would surprise you. It won't surprise me, child, but I know what you mean. Actually, the numbers are eye-opening, and I think that more people we need to look into this stuff, and we need to be more aware and understand like why certain people, you feel like they're not progressing. It's because this was designed that way. They're not supposed to. Who gonna fill up the jail? They need people to fill up the jails that they're building. The prisons, not even jails. 37%, so that's close to 42. That's close to the 42% that is, and this is just in New Jersey. I don't know, are you doing the national average, Ilana? And then what they did too, which was not cool, but this really drove home the data, was they did the national average of the amount of African Americans in the country. I'm not in the country, in the state of New Jersey. Then they paired that with the amount that are in the child welfare system. So if you do the percentage of African Americans in whatever your state is, and then do the percentage of the amount of them in prison, that's gonna blow your top. Anthony said, Lutheran Services does the CPS work here. Lutherans, they don't have a state agency? Check that out, Anthony. They have a state agency that has CPS workers that go out to homes? They should. Most states do. Hi, Trisha. Trisha said, hey, just stopping by to say hey and drop off a like. Thank you. Let's look that up. Let me check Florida. Check out Jacksonville, Florida CPS. Put that in and see what happens. They should have like a state agency, but in every state, and it's worse in southern states. In southern states, guys, the laws are insane. So yeah, my mom did it under the state. Okay. So is Lutheran service, is that like the child? I will have to look that up. Okay. Fabi said, Corey, I'm checking Florida. Yeah, check Florida. Check Florida, and then you probably can check your county as well. It's eye-opening, and this I'm talking, and I'm speaking about this today because most of my demographic that listen to me and watch are African American, and most of you guys have children or are aunties or uncles. Protect your babies. Do you understand me? If you have a child and you and the father, y'all might not live together in the same home, be diligent, protect, talk to your spouse, talk to the father, talk to the mother, make sure that whoever they have in the home with them is legit. Like, it's real out here. Some of the cases I've gone out on when I was a worker, some of the situations, like there'll be situations where the mom was dealing with someone, they end up in a little tussle, something happens, and it happens late at night, and there are workers, I don't know if they do this all over the country, but in New Jersey they have emergency CPS that go out at odd hours, okay? So when things happen at odd hours, those people are a little bit more heightened, okay? And children get removed. Do you understand that they could take your child out of your house? Yo, it would be bad. It would be bad. It would be bad. And the thing is, it starts with a phone call. And anyone, I don't know if this is nationwide, but I know in New Jersey, everyone in New Jersey is a mandated reporter. So the little lady that sees this little black, because we had cases like that. This lady was in Home Depot with her kids. And you know how we can talk to our kids, especially in public. Like, get your over here, right? So she was doing something like that. This lady followed her outside, got her license plate, and called the hotline on her. And for anyone else, that might not seem like a big deal. Okay, these workers gonna come out, they gonna ask you a few questions, look through your fridge, and you won't see them again. But for us, that has 42% of our kids in the system, it's a huge deal. So if they come to your house, I don't know what the laws are in your state, but read up on it. Know your rights. Know what you are allowed to do before letting them into your home. Know your rights. Don't be afraid just because you see police coming and this and that. They need a warrant. You have to get like that. And that's how the others do, okay? They get an attorney. They don't play around. They're not letting you in. Woo! Ilana said, wait, hold on. I missed a few. Danielle said the movie 13th on Netflix talks about prisons and the for-profit nature of it all. Yes, it is intentional, and it goes back a long way. It goes back to the origin of this country and the reasons why many of our ancestors were brought to the Caribbean. That's where it goes back to. It goes all the way back there, and they like to ignore it and pretend it didn't happen, but the reality is what is happening now is the festered outcome of what y'all did to get this country started, and all the wealth you guys amassed off the back of our ancestors. off the back. And now the wealth gap. Check the wealth gap in your country, in your neck of the woods, y'all. In New Jersey. In New Jersey, a northern state where some people might think there wasn't slavery. You would be wrong. 300,000 for white families in this country, in this state. $17,000 for black families. Check it in your state. Check. Anthony said they go out and place and handle it. Okay, so they do that part. So it seems like the way that they do it in Florida is similar to how they did it in New York when I worked in New York. So you had the CPS office, which was run by the state, and they would have the workers and stuff like that that would go out and do like the response to the initial calls, right? Then if a child was going to be placed, the initial placement would happen with the worker, but then after that, the other people, if they had to move the child from that first placement to another one or do whatever, agency took care of that. So I think that's what Lutheran does. They do like all the foster care placements and stuff like that. Anthony said, I didn't know people get paid. That's another thing we talked about too. People do get paid to be foster care, to be foster parents. And being a foster parent, you can make good money because you get paid per child. But the thing to me is, I told you guys 42% of the children in foster care are black. Then we spoke about the income and the income disparity, or not even income, the net worth disparity between the races, right? And by the way, just in case you were wondering, about 20% of the children in foster care are white. 42% are black. And in New Jersey, I believe it's opposite. It's switched as far as it's switched. But anyway, so the income disparity, you have more of the black people in foster care. So a lot of the people that end up being removed, a lot of the children that end up being removed is based on some form of poverty. Either inadequate supervision, meaning the parent left the child at home while they went to work. And they had no money for childcare. They had no money to pay no expensive behind childcare, but they have to go to work because they need to eat. So they left the kids at home. God forbid something happened. Boom, boom, boom. Now their children have been removed. Or some other form of neglect, not abuse. I'm not speaking about those severe abuse cases that we hear about on the news. Believe it or not, guys, that's a very, very small percentage of the response that child welfare makes of those abuse cases that you hear about, those severe abuse cases. Most of the time, it's neglect stuff. It's, oh, he came to school and he smelled funny, or they always come to school and they're not dressed their best and they smell and their lunch bag smells and they look like they need to go to the dentist. Stuff like that. That's what gets called in, right? Or, oh, we think these children are left alone, or, oh, mom has seems to have some kind of mental health issue, or stuff like that. Or the suspicion, like let's say your child falls, you bring them to the hospital and they accuse you of doing something to the child, but then they turn it into a neglect case saying that you weren't supervising adequately, that's why they fell. Stuff like that. Yep, read up on this stuff, guys. Corey said, taking notes. Yes, they be on call. Ilana said, yes, Anthony said, sadly, a lot of people become foster parents for the money. Yeah. And they'll be there. And you know what? To be honest with you, being a foster parent is not easy because you're getting children that have trauma. You have, imagine, like this, I always put myself in the mind of, and when I used to work in this position, in that job, I guess I'm always been a coach. Because even then, before I became a fitness coach, I coached younger workers. And what I would say to them, like when I would ride with them in the car, go into someone's home, I'd be like, before you remove anybody's child, think back to when you were 8 years old. Close your eyes. Think back to your room. Think back to the stuff you did. Think back to everything, like your comfort, your siblings, whether you lived in a big old house or whether y'all lived in a one-room shack, and you had your siblings there. You knew your surroundings. You knew where the bathroom was. You knew everything. Like you knew your surroundings. Now imagine some stranger comes. They have a conversation with your parents. Your parents are screaming. Now they ripping you out of this house, putting you in a van with a damn garbage bag with your clothes in it, and take you to some stranger and drop you off and say you're gonna stay here now. What the heck would that feel like? What would that feel like for you? Before you remove anybody, before you go and you see the house and you're like, oh God, they're all sleeping in one bed. This is abuse. It is not. It is not. Okay? Yes, they do get paid, and they get paid depending on the state. They get paid over, I know it's over $1,000, but depending on the state, and that's per child, it could be more. Danielle said, Antonice, you did it. Yes, in most places they do. Even families, they get a stipend. Yep. Yes, this is what I also learned, Ilana. So what I was saying about that, guys, is like, okay, so they provide foster parents with a stipend. And I said that most families or most children are removed for poverty reasons, right? So the question I raised during the meeting while we were having discussion, I said, it's really interesting that there are direct laws that provide funding for foster parents. Why come that same funding can't be issued to the actual parent? Especially if they're in a situation that they can't get out of. Like they are underemployed, they live in deplorable housing because that's all they can afford. And then somehow child protection becomes involved in their life. In that situation, in my heart of hearts, I believe in lieu of removing these children from their family, why, oh why, can't we offer a stipend, even for a short period of time, to those families? Silence. But then we would need a plan. Why would we do that? And I'm like, so instead of that, we would prefer to cause trauma to these kids, remove them from their home, place them with some stranger. That's nasty work, ain't it? Right, Fabi? Once you adopt a child, you no longer get paid. But, however, you can get some form of a stipend for a little while after the adoption. You can. Yes, Danielle, that makes my heart extremely sad. Ilana says, what? Sadly, anyone can call, even for petty reasons. Yep. Someone was low down and called on me before. Yep. They came and the case was closed. But still, if my house wasn't in order, they would have snatched. Imagine. Like that. That is insane to me that they can just take your kid. Now I understand that there are situations. I've honestly, when I was working as a CPS, I can count. I did it for many years, right? I can count on one hand the amount of actual removals I did, and the removals I did were warranted. Like there was nothing else that could be done, and we still tried our best to place with family at least. Whew, it's terrible out here, y'all. And there's no real services for us. Like even when a child is removed and the parent is like court ordered to do services, a lot of times they're assigned to therapists and stuff like that don't look like them and don't understand them and question things that if they went to a black therapist that understood better wouldn't question. You know what I'm saying? And they don't feel comfortable. And I remember my parents coming to me, especially moms. I worked more with the moms. I had a few cases that had the dad really, really involved. But they run the dads away. But anyway, and they will say to me like they don't feel comfortable in therapy, and I'm like, that's an oxymoron. You should not feel uncomfortable with your therapist. How are you going to open up and talk if you feel uncomfortable? And then you're labeled non-compliant, and they go to court and say you're non-compliant. It's terrible. Anthony said, yes, in Florida, people, we have new laws that went into place July 1st. Please check those. New laws about what? Yep, it's all coming out. Nay said, hi. Hi, Nay. How you doing today? Happy Friday. Corey said, Anthony's, yes, I read the new laws, even down to the traffic laws. Yep. Anthony said, Jacksonville got so much history. The fourth floor of the library is the truth. They talking about jail time just for speeding. Guys, they not playing. Be careful, guys. Wow. Danielle said Pennsylvania ranks 14th highest in racial wealth gap among U.S. states. Scale 49.14. Wow. Danielle said they have a different classification for that in PA, that neglect children cannot be removed solely for neglect due to poverty. They are supposed to get services for the cases. I'm going to tell you this, Danielle, and I'm going to try to say it in a way. No, I'm not. I'm just going to say it. So they write that stuff, like they say, because that is the same exact thing that child welfare says in New Jersey. Children are not solely supposed to be removed just based on da-da-da-da-da or da-da-da-da-da. So then what happens? Then it turns into, well, little Johnny had a bruise. So we're going to remove the children based on suspicion of abuse. They'll find another way, okay? Don't let that fool you, child. Don't let that lull you to sleep. But I must say about Pennsylvania, when I used to have to go out there for a case that had some ties with Pennsylvania for whatever reason, their response is a lot different than New Jersey, for sure. So, yes. But no. Soul Session said, hey, coach in chat. What's up, Soul Session? Anthony said, that's real, coach. Wow, that's so true. I don't know how far. I'm not that far in the chat, but I don't know what's so true. But child, yep. Danielle said there was an initiative like that in PA, and there was so much pushback stating that was giving money for poor people to just have. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that is so ignorant. That I'm not speaking about just going around throwing money at the poor. Like, that's not how it works. And then if we did, why not? Because the money that they're going to be provided isn't going to hurt the state in any way. It's money that's already being allocated, but it's being allocated for for strangers to care for people's kids, where we just want to stabilize their household. And the reason why we need to help and assist with stabilization is because of the history of this cotton picking, hello, somebody, country. If y'all left us alone, or if after slavery, if we were provided with what we should have been provided with and given the real opportunity to build our own wealth, different story. But no. You kicked us in the back and kept us down, gave us plantation nickels, talking about here's your pay, didn't allow us to build our own wealth, and we still did it. We still figured out a way. We are some dynamic people, I tell you that. We are some dynamic people. But still, as you see, guys, the wealth gap is humongous. Hi, Randy. How are you? Happy Friday. TGIF to you. I'm good. We just here having a little sobering conversation. I hope that, I mean, this conversation might not be for everybody. Some people might be like, Lord, what is Coach talking about? But I'm speaking about this because they don't want us to. They don't want us to talk about this. They don't want us to convene and speak about this to build ourselves up. They don't want that. They don't want that. But we have to. We need more Black therapists involved in child welfare. We need more Black psychiatrists, because these are the people that make decisions that cause people to not ever have their children back. Did you guys know that there are laws that can permanently terminate your parental rights? Did you know that? And read up on AFSA, AFSA, the, what is it, Adoption and Safe Family Act. Read up on that. Read up on that, guys. It specifically talks about that and the time frames and how long, once a child is removed from you, how long the state has to prove that they did the right thing to remove your child, and how long they have before you would lose your parental rights. Danielle said, that is the problem. The services are inadequate. Talk about it. The system is taxed. I know, because I would have like 30 participants when the max caseload is 18. I wanted to help, but I couldn't. I know, Coach. Yep. Oh, your hubby worked for the L, so he knows. So he probably came home like, girl. When you work, but you know what? Working for the agency gives you this different perspective and how the system is washed. It's bad, and it will go directly from foster care, and those same children, you'll see them. If you go to prisons and do a study and start talking to the inmates and ask them, were you in foster care? I guarantee those percentages will be quite high. And that's by design. If they weren't in foster care, if you ask them if they were in special education when they were growing up, because that's another pipeline. Yes, supposed, right, supposed. But everything that's supposed doesn't work for us that way. It don't work for us that way. And I'm not speaking about this like conspiracy theory. These are actual facts. These are actual numbers. You know what I'm saying? And I just want people to really pay attention. Like, pay attention to what's going on in your particular state around these issues. Pay attention, guys, because the worst thing in the world would be for your child to be taken from you, or them to question your parenting and have people in your house stripping your child down to their underwear and making sure they don't have bruises, going in your fridge, going in your cabinet, checking your bills to make sure you're paying your bill. Like, really invasive. Really invasive. Okay? Okay. Oh, you told them? Supreme said, I'm back. Tell BFF. Babe, are you still here? He wasn't here. Tell BFF I appreciate his concern. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that in your chat, so don't mention what it is here either. That's private. Hi, Ryan. What's up, Ryan? Supreme said, quit talking bad about my country. It's this reality, Supreme. It's reality. You know it. You know it is. Ryan said, we all know Black folk got the short end of the stick. Yep. Keep pushing the truth forward. Yeah. We got the bad end of the stick. But the one thing is that we're resilient people. We're very resilient. But I'm really speaking about this just to bring awareness, you know, because a lot of folks, like, I remember, like, just when you get a case and you go to a home for the first time and they're like shook beyond belief, and I'm like, please take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. But like, they're so afraid. Like, the government can come knock on your door. Oops. The government could come knock on your door. You open the door. They know your name. They know your kids' name. They know what school they go to. They know, and you're like, what the hell, Liana? What up, BD? We chilling. How you doing? Supreme said, I love my country. Thanks for my next live topic. What you gonna say? Tell me. Danielle said 2 things can't be true. You can love your country, and at the same time see areas of improvement. Yeah, you can love your country, but you also have to love numbers and love the facts. And the fact of the matter is, we got a janky behind foster care system. We got a janky behind criminal system. Okay? In the birding, bearding. You trying to say in the building but put beard? Is that what you're doing there? Is that what I'm seeing? BD sent my list this morning. What list? Ryan said I love art. Oh, you talking about for the battle? I know Corey had asked me to do the battle. I was like, nah. But I think her and Honey are gonna do, who they doing? Oh, Beyonce and Rihanna. I think that's a good match. Because I was in Corey's live earlier and she was talking about Mary J. Blige and Beyonce, and I was like, they don't mix. Like, the eras are different. Mary J. Blige's music, I can't even think who would Mary J. Blige be a good battle with. Someone, like, in her era, she was it. Like, who else? Her era, her style of music. As I was like Mariah Carey, but I'm like, their music, Mariah's more pop. See, Brandy and Monica, even they don't really like, they're not a good verse. Even though they're paired together a lot, I don't think they were good verses because Monica is more like soul R&B. Brandy is more pop R&B. You know, I don't know. I don't even think that they're really a good mix. But Beyonce and Rihanna, they're both pop. And to be real, if you dig in the crates, Rihanna could dust Beyonce. Beyonce got songs, and man, Beyonce got songs for sure. And she got songs. But Rihanna, if you play it right and if you know how to really battle, she can win. But you gotta play it, you gotta do it right. So that's gonna be a good one. But who y'all doing? Chris Brown and Usher. Same thing with Chris Brown and Usher. Chris Brown got mad songs. But he got so many songs that you could miss out on some gems that would really rock it. And then you wanna, I feel like this. And I'm not doing the battle, so I can say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want to say, whatever. That's why I ain't want to do it. When you're doing the battle, of course you want to have the hits, like the obvious songs, but you want to hit them with some songs that was fire but slept on, but not slept on to the point like what BD did when he was playing the damn B-side songs that you play at the listening party. Not those songs, but like the songs that were like cult hits, like cult classics, that people would be like, oh, I forgot about this one. Man, you throw that in there, but you gotta do it at the right time. Like, that's why I was like, I ain't doing no battle, because I ain't got time to really think about it like that, because I got my own classes, I got my business, I got my one-on-ones I gotta do. I ain't got time to be smashing somebody in the battle. But anyway, you see how I flipped? I don't even know how I started talking about that, but it is what it is. Let's not talk about it anymore, guys. It's very sad. It's very sad. I just really wanted to bring some awareness about that. And I used the title Fear. I talked about fear because I think sometimes we're scared to dig deeper and talk about topics like this. We don't want to, well, I'll just speak for myself. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to, whatever. I don't know. But the reality is these things need to be spoken about. And if I can open somebody's eyes today and help them to start looking at things that they don't normally look at, because sometimes we look at like, oh, what sheet set am I gonna buy today, or what is for dinner, or what am what am I doing tomorrow, and what this, and what YouTube thing am I going to do next? And we think a lot about that surface stuff, and we don't think about like real life generational decisions. Jay says, honestly, that all has to do with us relying on the government for a possibility of help. It all starts with signing that birth certificate. That is literally you signing your child over to the government. Not exactly, Jay. Not exactly. Not exactly. Read more about that. It's not exactly signing your child over to the government. No. But what the issue happens is if you don't, you have, well, first of all, if you live in this country, and you have your child here, if you have your child somewhere else, you can do what you want. But then you should plan to live wherever that is, especially in this climate. But the issue that happens is when people have children out of wedlock and they don't go to the court and have a custody agreement. Like, even if they live together, people don't do that. They just raise their child. And then if there's a breakup, that's where the issues start. Then they're going to court when they're upset. So I suggest, when you guys are both of level head and both in love, go take yourself to the courthouse and create a custody arrangement. It sounds crazy because you live together, right? But create a custody arrangement where you both have legal joint custody of your child. And that visitation will be liberal because you both live together, so that's not an issue. But I don't think signing a birth certificate turns your child over to the government. But what does turn your child over easier is when there's no custody agreement. So let's say mom and dad have the child, mom and dad break up. Mom is in the house, she gets a new boyfriend. New boyfriend ends up being abusive. Child protection, well, police come first, child protection comes second. They deem that either mom has to have dude leave, or it's not going to be safe for those children in the home because something happened to one of the kids during one of the fights, right? So now the children go to school and tell that the guy keeps coming back to the house, and mommy keeps letting him in after she thinks they're asleep. So child protection comes back, and now they have another report that this guy is still living there. They find him in the house. They remove the kids. There's still a father, but they didn't create a custody arrangement, right? So there's no custody arrangement. Those children, the worker doesn't do due diligence and locate dad in time, and the children end up in foster care when there was an active father, but he had no idea what was going on. If there was a custody agreement in the court, guess what? They have to call him because he has joint custody of his kids. So he can come and say thank you very much and take his children with him. Beyonce ain't touching Mary, sorry. Yeah, I didn't say Beyonce was touching Mary. I was saying I wouldn't pair them at all. Like, Mary got so many songs. I'm pretty sure most of y'all forgot a lot of them. Supreme said, in her era, nobody's messing with Mary. Whose era? Corey said, boo, Coach didn't want to battle. Nah, I don't want to battle. Beyonce can't be in the same conversation with Mary. Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't think that was a good match. Mariah has hip hop, R&B as well outside of pop. Yeah, she does, but I was trying to think of someone that could possibly go up against Mary with such an extensive. You have to have a very extensive catalog. But then, you know what? We say that, but if you know how to battle, like what Stas did to BD with 50 Cent, whose catalog isn't as extensive as Lil Wayne. He hasn't been in the game as long as Lil Wayne. But 50 had more impactful songs, and Stas played them. I don't care if it was all from one album. the fact that, because BD, you said this a lot during your battle, but I was like, you are really, you're trying to make a point and say that Stash is only playing from one album and that's, like, should be considered a bad thing. But in reality, what you're really saying is 50 Cent's one album, 50 Cent, one album is greater than Lil Wayne's entire career. That's what I heard from what you said. You say, oh, he keep playing the one album, but every song that he played was better than the song you played. So you're really saying that 50 has a greater and more extensive impact than Lil Wayne's entire discography. That's what I heard when you said that. Off of one album. That's all I heard. Jay said, unfortunately, I do not see an alternative. What do you do if you don't sign it? Damo said, I posted an Usher versus Chris Brown mix on my channel today in anticipation of Saturday's battle. You shouldn't do it before the battle because now they're going to go over there and cheat. Damo, because you a DJ, so you got all the songs. You should have posted it after. Corey said, B gonna win, period. I don't know. That's why I'm not saying any of the songs because I ain't helping nobody. But there are songs that Rihanna got that people might have forgotten about. I ain't even gonna give you no clues, but let me just keep on scrolling. BD said, Damo, I'm gonna check it out. I'm not listening to nothing. You know how before this is how I do. Before I go to a movie, I don't watch the previews. I don't watch the trailer. I don't watch none of it. I mean, I do watch the previews at the movie, but I don't watch the trailer for the movie. None of that. Why? Because I don't want to see anything. So same thing. I'm not listening until the battle. Ryan said, Damo, what's the word? Yeah, I checked you out this morning. BD said, stop. Usher is the OG. No. Cut that out because I definitely played T.I. hits. Go back and we rewatch. I'm talking about Lil Wayne and 50. You talking to me, right, BD? Ryan said, exactly. My list is for the people, not my own ear. Supreme said, Coach. Coach, even though you hate my country and my president, I really rock with you. And I want you to know that wait, hold on. And I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, too, I'm not even trolling. Aw, Supreme. How we go like this? I'll never do this. Hi. Can you see that? You're driving. I'm throwing you up a heart hand thing. Danielle said, Coach, are you still doing that watch? Yes. I need to message everybody, right, that I would like to be on the panel. Yes. I think I should check with this. Next weekend, I ain't going to be around. So we're going to have to do it this weekend. Shoot, I was already planning. Look, my mind be all over. My Lord. Corey said, okay, I'm going back in the bushes. BD said, please rewatch. I'm not rewatching. I'm telling you right now. Please rewatch the T.I. battle because I definitely played all his biggest hits. It wasn't no landslide. I wasn't even talking about T.I. I'm talking about the damn Lil Wayne and 50 Cent battle. I guess you try to erase that from your brain too. I get it. But I'm talking about that battle and I'm talking about the songs you played that were from the B-side of the listening party selection. I don't know what you was playing, child. Nyla Amrich. How far am I on the chat? Ooh, child. Okay, it's not too bad, but it's not too good. Hi, Nyla. Corey said, I'm here for all informative topics. Supreme said, Corey, you got one more life to miss of mine, and me and you are going to have some words. Corey. Damo said, appreciate you, Corey. Corey said, Supreme, I'm in the background. Sorry. What did you say? Oh, I just read it, but it's like 2 years later. I'm sorry. Hi, K Money. Trish. Hi, Trish. Supreme, P9 asking for you. Where's P9? Oh, is he live? Danielle said, in PA, technically all children are wards of the state until you get that documentation that makes you their guardian. Most people do not know that. Yes. Yes. And that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know if it's so much of signing a birth certificate. I don't think that is what does it. I think it's the birth in the country. Ciao. Ciao. Supreme said, Trish, I went over there. He was concerned about me. He was concerned. Supreme said, y'all are really good people. Yeah, Supreme, we care about you, brothers, child. What you think this is? You think we come over there for abuse because we don't love you? Damo said, if I were BD, I wouldn't have let stats go second each round. Counterpunch the counterpuncher. Right. You gotta, like, the thing is with any of these battles is, but you see, Damo, you see how you're a DJ? You're a DJ. When you're a DJ, I'm not a DJ, but I, like, just having to do the classes that I do all the time and having to create all these different playlists, my music library is so, I've dug in the crates for songs. I challenge myself with my playlist, like, and so yeah. So anyway, having to learn how to pick what song for what mood and this and that and the third, it sharpens your skills, and that's what DJs have to do all the time. So you would think like that, but most people don't. Like, I was like, why does Stats get to go second every time? Because then he get this counter. He's over there switching what song he gonna play. But you gotta know how to battle. You gotta battle. And then you gotta talk crap a little bit. Because Stats did that too. Like, he would line the song up and then play the song. But he also is a rapper, so I'm pretty sure at some point he used to battle rap a little bit, or at least go bar for bar with somebody. So he know about battling. Fabby says, Supreme, did something happen to you? Jay said, bestie, esty. Anthony said, oh, info, I gotta read the info on the road up. On the write up. Damo said, bestie, esty, I wasn't sure if you were still in here. I'm in the car driving. How your day going, bestie? Anthony said, ooh, I hope they play Love. Damo said, coach with the preem voice. Supreme said, yes, I see those Eagle talents. What's that? I don't know what that is. Corey said, let me know when you do the Black History panel. Ooh, a Black History panel. It would have to be specific to something, right? I wouldn't just want to have, like, different people just talk randomly about Black history. But I'll think more about that. I think we should definitely do that. Like, talk about a Black topic and of course tie it back to history. I don't know. We'll work on that. Supreme said, let me know when you do a Black history panel. Wait, hold on. Supreme said, let me know when you do a Black history channel too. I will stay 1,000,000 times away from me because y'all ain't fixing to run my blood pressure through the roof. Supreme. Corey says, Supreme. Ooh, that gonna be good. Make sure we get P9 too. Damo, that's smart. I'm taking notes. Go second. Second. So, okay, when you go second, that's good. But then your follow-up song gotta be fire. or you gotta have the right thing to say that go with it. That's why I was like, I ain't doing no bad with y'all because I would have to prepare and I got things to do. Anthony said about what you suggest people to do with the guardians. Oh yeah. Yeah, like that's for real. Like that stuff is serious, and you should definitely make sure that you have your paperwork, you have the custody guideline, the custody sorted out with you and all of your kids. Make sure me and my husband need to do this. Make sure you have a living will. Make sure like get a will. We have life insurance, but you also need a will. Anybody got a will yet? I know people are young and they're like, I ain't getting no will, but you need it. Even young, because God forbid, you know. Supreme said, I only debate my equals. All others I teach. Who's doing Chris Brown? I will give you the opening song. Ooh, the opening song. I ain't saying nothing. I know what it is. What album is from, Supreme? Let me see how nice you are. What album is it from? Supreme, I mean not Supreme, Chris Brown. Whoo, he got lots of songs. That man got a lot of songs. So we lost a few people. Somebody else must be live. But that's okay, because that's not the opening. Not Run It. Hi Jay, are you doing nails, Jay? Damo. Anthony said, hey Damo, my bad, I didn't see you. What's up? I'm listening. I'm trying to finish my daughter's hair. Oh, what you doing to her hair? Oh! Yo, Supreme! Yes! That song is so fire, and it's not expected. You know what I'm saying? Like, Run It, yeah. But Poppin', hey, we about to get it on and poppin'. Not Yo. That's later. If you even play that. Because that's an obvious one. And Chris Brown got so many bangers. You don't even need to play Yo. You don't need to play Run It. Child. That's what I'm talking about, man. Coach, I keep telling everybody, nobody can mess with me with music. But I'm not doing these stupid ass verses. Child. That's it. You do Pop It. Ooh. But then what's the nah, we ain't gonna help them. We ain't gonna do it. But that's what I listen. When you said I know the perfect song, pop right in my head. When I'm doing my class, I play Poppin' when I want to be real petty, and like we gonna do London Bridges. Dad, my playlists are on here. Can I show y'all on here? Since you don't see if y'all believe me, cause you might think Coach is saying that because Supreme said that she don't got Poppin' on her playlist. Don't be a hater. I'm talking to you. If you come to my class before, then you know, but maybe not. How we do it now? How you go to music? I'm on my iPad. I don't normally use this for this. My iPad is strictly for messing around and watching y'all videos. That Poppin' is so fire. Like, I love that song. Gonna get done. Oh, she got locks? Shawty. Privacy. See, those songs are fire, but when you battling, it's hard to. I can't really explain it. But when you battling, you don't you can play. Like for instance, like that's why I know Stash is good at battling because he played 50's most known song, but he waited until the end when the battle was already over. Y'all. It was just pointless. Then he played in the club. Look, Supreme, what's my open? No, don't tell us. That is cheating. What's my opening Beyonce song? Child. Let me see. I know what I would play, but Supreme might have a different song. Corey, if you're going for a laid back, soulful sound, dangerously in love, nah, that ain't it. I'm going, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm gonna be petty, right? I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna play Beyonce's more recent song as an opening song. And it's a song that I play every day. If you watch my vlogs, at the very end of my vlogs, I'm that girl. That's what we starting with. Bitch, because I'm that girl. Okay? It's not the diamonds. It's not the pearls. I'm that girl. Yeah. It's just that I'm that girl. Oh. Alicia. Nah, I don't like Alicia Keys songs like that. But y'all might. You like Alicia Keys? Other than that, I will open it with coffee. Cuff it. No, don't open with cuff it. You open with I'm that girl. What are you talking about? That's not Cowboy Carter. That's Renaissance. I didn't listen to Cowboy Carter. You play I'm That Girl first because that's the opening song. You don't start it right away with the best song. You just set the tone and let these hoes know. Yeah, that's definitely on the list. Blow. But where in God's name, how do I get my YouTube playlist on here? How do you do it? My music playlist. Ow! Do I have to go get my damn laptop? I don't want it. I'm trying to pull up my Chris Brown playlist that I did for class. And I'm gonna, what's his name at? Blow's not on your list. Oh Lord. Corey. Child. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the battling is all about your personal preference. You wouldn't choose I'm That Girl, which is retarded to me, but you know, you pick whatever you want. I'm not forgetting nothing. This is what I'm saying about battles, yo. Like, you make people think you forgot. So you start with that song, I'm like, oh, she just listening to the new stuff. If I show you my Beyonce playlist, man, girl, bye. So, where's Ryan? Is Ryan here? But I feel like the first song should be like a set the tone song. And then you go into this song. I'm not even gonna mention some. I know it ain't all slow ballads. Beyonce got a lot of upbeat songs. She has a lot of upbeat songs. Where's Ryan? Is he still here? Is it only, so when you do the battle, it's only songs that are not features, right? Like they have to be the main artist on the song? right? Because they got some features. Chris Brown especially has some really good features. I would have to go get my Supreme said, Coach, I will do a versus with you. Big versus Andre 3000. Now I ain't doing no verses with none of y'all. Because that won't even be fair. Biggie would beat all of y'all. You for real, Supreme, or you joking? Because I can do it right now. I got all the Biggie songs right now. Let's go. Like what? What you talking about? Oh, Lord. Hi, boy. So you going to come into the People Live and immediately ask to see my feet. You don't say hello. You don't butter me up first. I might have showed them to you, too. You know, what is that? That's so disrespectful and rude. Like, totally rude. You got to buy me a drink first before you can see my feet. Come on. What kind of girl do you think I am? It's my kind of high. Well, it ain't my kind of high. It's not. I don't answer to that. And I don't really respond well there. Like, what do you mean? Like, show my feet. Like, say hello and speak to all of my friends. Like, my friends and I are like hanging out, and you just came in here and like totally killed the vibe. Supreme said, that homosexual said, let me see them black ass feet. My feet are, well, no, they are black because I'm black. Not the Valley girl. Boy says, I have a foot fetish. That's fat. But like, I have a money fetish. So like, drop some dollars on my like Cash App. Like my Cash App is like $ mean green. So like, I totally have a money fetish. So like, can you like send me some money? Like, oh my God. As if. He said, I'd eat jerk chicken sauce off a Coach's feet. And then boy says, of course, Supreme View. Oh my God, boy, like, you're still here. Can you like the live? Can you like the live for me? Like the live for me. And also, can you like subscribe to the channel? And you can see my feet like in my vlogs. You can like totally see my feet in my vlogs. Oh my God. Ah! Boy said he has like a foot fetish, guys. Like, can you guys like let him know that I have a money fetish? Like, totally have a money fetish. Anthony said, so nasty and so rude. I should have an account of what? OnlyFans? Who said I don't? Boy, oh my God, like you're making me blush. Stop. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to log off of this computer. But what's so cool, guys, is that I'm able to multitask. So what I'm doing right now while I speak to you guys, because I don't feel like getting off of the live. You want me to get off? Y'all ready? Boy, you left? Did you like the blows on Skirt Live first? Like the live and drops subscription. Subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please. You liked it? Anthony said, I used to talk like this. I had a girl talk phone. Remember them? Yeah. Like, oh my God, like I totally went to school like at like Loyola College, and I had like the shock of my life when I went there because like everybody talked like this, and I was like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do? Ah, like I totally remember that, Anthony's. And then when I came back from school, like after my like first semester, freshman year, look, boy, did you do what I asked? Like my cash app is $ mean Reen, MEANREEN. Like totally. You know, like it's Friday and like I totally want to get some wings, and wings are like so expensive. Like it would be so dope if you would like cash at me like $50 and I could like get some wings. Like that would be like so dope. So do you have like money? Oh my boy, what's Agwan India? How did I say your name last time? I forgot. Shabham. I'm sorry if I'm saying it incorrectly. How are you, love? We were talking about Indian food last time. How you doing there? Where are all these accents coming from, child? Hey, what up, Paul? How you doing? How you doing? I pronounced it right. Yay. I still haven't gotten those delicious things you talked about. I went to the Indian restaurant near me, and it wasn't here. Everybody say hi to Travels with PMB. That's my friend. Some of y'all might not have been on that particular live, but he came in and I was saying how we met on a flight to Jamaica. Oh my, me too. And I still watch that movie to this day. Turn away, turn away, turn away, turn away. If you watch that movie mad times, you know that part. She was like, as if. I love that movie. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we met on a flight to Jamaica. I was vlogging and he was like, do you YouTube? If you guys go back and watch my Jamaica vlog when I went to Rio Ocho Rios, then you will see him in the video. Like when we're on the plane, I'm on the plane and then I'm talking and then he goes, do you have a YouTube? And I was like, yeah. Because you in person, well, for me anyway, I get nervous. I'm like, did they see me on YouTube and now they're going to be like a crazy fan? But he was so cool. Ah! Anthony said, golly, I'll never move there. Y'all wings is high. Mm-hmm. Girl. Where is he left? Look, boy left because I asked him for money. You see that? Everybody want you to do something for them, but when you ask for something in return, them gone. You see that? He is out of here. But nah, for real, I've been craving garlic parmesan wings from Wing Spot, not Wing Stop. There's this place out here called Wing Stop. Oh no, Wing Spot. Oh shit. Not the Rick Ross Wings place, another place. And they have the best garlic parmesan wings in the land. And I want them today. But 20 of them is like almost $40. So I was trying to get boy who want to see my foots to buy them. And he left. Why you left, boy? He was like, $50? Good Lord, that's a lot of money. And he broke out. Hi, so Fabi said, I love Ocho Rio. Me too. Oh my God. If I could get on a plane right now and go, in Jesus' name. My mama, she in Jamaica right now. She left me. She went down there. She's in Kingston though. I love Jamaica. Have y'all ever been? I know Paul's been to Jamaica. But have the rest of you guys? Actually, Paul just came back from Jamaica. Have any of you been there? What about you, Shabam? Shabham, have you been to Jamaica? Yes. Oh, going to watch it. That's so dope. So the video was a while ago. DeCinta! Hi, DeCinta! Guys, DeCinta came to class last night. That was so dope. And she's still alive. How you feeling today, DeCinta? I'm still alive. You see that? You live. I learned him. Anthony. Ilana said not yet. My cousin is getting married. Oh my God. And your first time you're gonna go to Negril? It's Negril you mean, right? Oh, and let me tell you something. Where's she go? Ooh. Okay, I'm mad hype now. Okay, calm down. They only have that spot up by here. Anthony's. I don't think it's in Florida. So Ilana, okay. See, look at that. Ilana said, wait, let me get back to Ilana. So Ilana said her cousin's getting married in Negril. Do you know where it is? Do you know where it is in Negril? Like what, if you're staying at a hotel or what? You don't need no excursions you don't need to, where you going? What excursion you trying to go to, girl? Negril you got snorkeling right there. Like if on the beach itself, hi queen, on the beach itself, they have plenty to do. It's a 7-mile beach. Negril is the best. Like your first trip and you going to Negril, child, you don't need no excursion. The excursion be just walk up and down that goddamn beach. They got everything. They got people that come to you. They gonna bring you your herbal. And watch my vlog. Watch the vlog I did. I went to Jamaica back in February, and part 2 of it, we went to Negril for the day. They got all of that bamboo. Oh, that's in. Oh, you want to do? This is your first time on the island. Let me. Because, you know, I go a lot, so it's different for me, right? Mind your business, Shireen. She said she want to go to Dungeon River Fall, okay? But there is another fall called, dang, it starts with a K, and that's a little closer to Negril. Bamboo rafting. Oh, you want to do all of that. The bamboo rafting is closer to Montego Bay. But if you, I mean, this is, like you said, this is your first time on the island. But what I would do if I were you, Ilana, with the excursion, I mean, I don't know how much you like to live on the edge. Some people like to have everything planned before they go. If that's the case, then don't listen to me. Oh, you going to Princess Grand? That's new. But you're gonna be on a resort. Negril is fire when you stay like at one of the hotels and you could be like on the beach. But my Lord, today, you're going to have a ball. Jamaica is like no other. You're staying at a new resort. And I know you want to do excursions. How long are you going to be there? Yeah, my wedding was in Jamaica. We got married at the Ibero Star in Montego Bay. What a gorgeous day. I mean, just... The most nerve-wracking thing was taking my wedding dress on the plane, but I didn't put it under the plane. I carried it with me like this. Paul said, which part you like the most, Negril, Ochi, or Montego Bay? For me, you talking about, Paul? My favorite place in Jamaica is Negril. Negril is so dope. Like, you know why I like Negril? Because you still get old Jamaica vibes. Like, you still see the people on the street with the pot, and they made the fire pit. You still see that. You still see the men with the carts. Like in the middle of where tourists are. Like, you still see real Jamaica. You could go downtown, like to the middle to the town, and you can still go to store, like real. It gives me old school Jamaica vibes still in Negril. And then the beach is nice. But I love Montego Bay because it's close to the airport, and you're in Jamaica. I mean, you're gonna have a good time. But and Ochi, man. If you tell me we going to Jamaica, I ain't even gonna ask you what part. I'm gonna be like, let's go. But my fave is Negril. I love the food, the lobster. There's lobster everywhere. And there's a drink they make in the grill that I don't see in other parts. They make that fruit punch, like the fresh fruit punch juice, and they put the rum in it, and it's like creamy and delicious. I don't see that everywhere on the island, only in the grill. Oh my God, you're gonna have so much fun, Ilana. But if you want to do bamboo rafting and all of that, but what I was gonna say, I'm sorry, is see like if you wanted to, you could wait until you get there and then find out about excursions. But if you guys are planning everything in advance, some people do plan before they go, then you're gonna end up going to like the touristy stuff. But Negril, because they have a lot of rivers and stuff, there's a lot of rivers not too far, so they probably have another bamboo rafting that's less touristy. Dunn's River is like the touristy fall, but there's another fall. It starts with a K. If anybody knows what it's called, put it in the chat. That starts with a K, where it's nice too. You know, Jamaica is the land of wood and water, right? There's lots of falls. There's lots of rivers. There's the Blue Hole. There's so many things. There's the fire water. I love that damn place. I could go there every month, child. Ooh, my phone gonna die. Anthony said, ooh, taking notes and looking now for the vlog. Yeah, so if you go back to, it's an older vlog, so 2023, I think it was. Yeah, because my sister was born in 83, so it was 2023. I think it's titled Ryu Ocho Rio. Girl, what am I guessing? Like, what are we really doing? Right? What we really doing? Child. Like you ain't have your team there. I want to show you guys I could show you the thumbnail. And then that way it'll make it a little easier for you when you're, because this is my latest Jamaica trips. These two, this one here, I love this thumbnail. I really do. I think that's cute. And then this one, oh, I love that thumbnail too. Travel vlog. There. Ooh, it's saying 10%. I should go get my charger, right? You think? You want to live on the edge? See how long it lasts? You see how many vlogs I got? Look at this. Ain't nobody gonna, when I blow up, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, it happened overnight. Do you see this? Look. Vlogs, 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 vlogs. Talk about, look at this. Who worked harder than me, huh? She. When them said, her video blew up overnight. So 2 years ago, this is it right here. You see me looking like that? We was about to eat jerk chicken. So it's a 2-part vlog. So it's this one. Y'all want to see the intro? Wait, that's not the intro. Why isn't it? That's my mom. That's my sister. And this is my old intro. Oh, look. That's funny. But anywho, so that's part 1. And then part 2 was right next to it. And they were lit. And yes, we did work out. And I bought some of my Zone Gang, the people that, some of my clients came on the trip with us. We was turned, y'all. We was turned. And we had a good time. You understand? So when you watch those vlogs, you will have fun as well. You feel like you're in Jamaica, right? And then if you watch both, You'll see some of the excursions we did in Ochi. Hi, black coffee, no sugar, no cream. That's the kind of girl I need down on my team. What's up, Miss T? With the T. We still need to collab. Like, what's really good? Like, we have to figure it out. Because I think what's happening is we both have different schedules. Like, you're a morning person. You can do stuff in the morning. And I got to still work my regular job. So I can't, you know. Ooh, I have been to Ochi. It's beautiful. It is. Ocho Rios is gorgeous. Jamaica. What's the name of the waterfall you walked up on? What's the name of the waterfall? That's it. Coffee. Kanoko. That's it. Kanoko Falls. The one that you walk up is Dunge River, and that's in Ocho Rios. I've gone there when I... The memories I have of Dunge River is when I was a child and my grandmother was still alive, and we all walked up that damn falls together. My grandma was so strong. Like, I remember that, because I've been going to Jamaica since I was a kid, but then when I became an adult and I could go and do what I wanted, I was like, oh my God, I can go to Jamaica on my own now. Hello, Low Carb Queen. Are you guys connected to Low Carb Queen? Let me get my charger, y'all. Hold on. Please hold. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Y'all got me for another, like, 10 minutes or so. And then, whoop. And then I gotta go. But let's plug this up, because this thing, it was dying fast. It's already at 5%. It's crazy. Okay. Danielle said, listen, the girl got content. How many videos I got? Let's see. How many videos you got, ho? Ooh, did I say that loud? I mean it. I'm not really calling. You know what I'm saying? Like, shh, don't worry about it. 509. My Lord, today. And they don't even feel like that. Like, I really enjoy just putting out content. I really enjoy it. I really do. Like, I really do. I don't stress about it. I'm not like, oh God, I want to go viral tomorrow, or I want to be whatever. I feel like everything happens when it's supposed to. Like, even the fact that I am where I am now with my channel is a big deal to me, because where I was even a year ago, I couldn't go live. I've never went live. I didn't go live until about, I think my first live video was like 6 months ago. Right? Let's go to it. Let's see. When is your first live? And the first time I went live, I was like, I was jumping rope, because I didn't even, oh, it was 10 months ago. But then I didn't go live again. So as you can see here, you see, YouTube tell all your business. It's right here. It's right here. Oh, wait, it went to the top. What you doing? I ain't asked you to do all of that. Okay. So this is my very first live, and I was at a gym, I think in Texas. Was I in Texas? I forgot where I was. And I was like, I'm gonna go live on YouTube. Random. Then this is my first actual, like, sit down live. If you ever want to be nosy, go and look at these. Oh, Lord have his mercy. So anywho, so we've come a ways, you know what I'm saying? And my content, like my videos and stuff, like, I had a time like that. Those videos, if you do watch those Jamaica vlogs, during that time I was doing like in 2023 I had gone on a lot of trips. Like we went to Jamaica twice. I went to Jamaica back to back because I had gone down for my sister's birthday, and then the next month was my man's birthday, and we went back to Jamaica and we went to Negril. Um, and then so those two back to back series of vlogs, the Jamaica vlogs, did well, and I had gotten well over my watch time hours, like well over. So that's why I'm saying, like, you don't. It's you can once you find whatever that thing is that people want to watch, you'll get your watch time. You'll definitely get your watch time, because in 6 videos I was over 4,000, way over 4,000. I don't even remember how much, because I wasn't clocking it like that, and I wasn't clocking it like that. But if I knew what I know now, I would have went live at that time and started building a community. But child, I wasn't even on it like that. So the fact that I have so many videos, it's kind of like a diary. So I can go back and watch my vlogs, and hubby does this too. Like he'll go back and watch my vlogs from when we were on his birthday trip or whatever, just to remember that trip and remember that time, you know. Anyway, let me keep reading. Oh yes, Duns River is nice. Love the Bahamas. Oh, and speaking of the Bahamas now, girl, I got Bahama vlogs. Here it's saying 3 are watching. Here it's saying 11. That's interesting. Oh, now wait. I don't know. Who cares? Like I'm not who cares, because I'm happy for whoever decides to stay and hang out. I don't mean it like that, so please don't take it like that, guys. Somebody left because I said who cares. No. I'm just kidding. But I'm trying to. I don't want to pay too much attention to that. What was I doing? Oh, Bahamas. I want to show you guys the thumbnail. I had thumbnails on all of those videos, but I wanted to do an experiment, so I took the thumbnails off, and the views went nuts. Ooh wee! Sorry. Travel vlogs. Is that gonna help? Oh, you know what you could do? I guess you guys probably know this, right? If you want to see like a specific video, or you want to go to you want to search from last video to more recent, you can just press click or select oldest to newest, and it'll go in reverse. So you don't have to be scrolling like I was just now. So this one right here, this is my Bahamas vlog. Right here, no thumbnails. See? As you can see, on our way to the Bahamas. See BFF back there? That's my travel partner. Get you one. He was drunk. Yo, BFF was drunk, y'all. Oh, damn, you missed it. You gotta watch the vlog. So yeah, that's that vlog. That's the Bahamas. And there's 2 of those. We stay at the Rio. It was fine. The Rio was fine. We went to St. Lucia. There's a vlog for that too. Yes, Jay, you gotta go to Jamaica. You will have so much fun. Corey said, "Take me with you." You've been to Jamaica? You said, right, Corey? You went to Ocho Rios. You said. Anthony said, "Okay." Oh, am I that far behind? No. Low Card Queen said, "I got stuck on Duns River. Oh my God." They had to come get you? Decorate with us. Hi, 2-hour detour to get to my house. I would scream and stomp. Ooh, Low Card Queen said, "One of them strong Jamaican men have to pull me up." I'm sure they did. How you doing? Decorate with us. Drive safely. And guys, I don't know if I started saying it and then I started saying something else, but if you're not connected to Low Carb Queen, guys, please connect with her. She is a sweet woman. She's a wonderful, wonderful content creator here on YouTube. Danielle said, Coach, you helped me stay motivated for real. Every time I want to quit, I hear several voices in my head challenging me to keep going. Yours is one of them for real. Yay. Look, BFF said, how are you still live? I'm getting off in like 5 minutes, I promise. Why is it still going down? In 2 minutes. Jay said, it's a diary, a video diary, a reminder of a timestamp in your life. It is. And it's so cool. It's so cool to go back and watch. And then even look at like my progression, like with videos and being comfortable in front of the camera, changing my intros, not all the time, but changing the intros. Just cool. You know, there's mad videos, guys. If you ever get boring, if you ever get bored, you need something to watch, be like, oh yeah, Coach got wild videos. Let's go watch her old video. Go ahead. Yeah. Anthony said, I used to be scared to go live. The OG trolls, the troll trolls. Yep. It says 9 on your end. Okay, cool. Bahamas was dope, but fake expensive, right? Remember when we went to that store, babe, and they were like, how much was toothpaste? Like $30. Don't forget nothing. When you, listen, hi. When you go to the Bahamas, don't forget nothing. Because if you got to go to the store to get it, you're going to cry. Like literal tears. Danielle said, I don't even do an intro. I be like, who cares who I am? Danielle, you care who you are. Hello? You putting your stamp on it. Hey, ho, you clicked on my video. My name is Danielle. And what about it? That's a great intro. Don't say that. I know you wouldn't really say that. You probably said 2 minutes, 2 hours ago. Oh, my baby. I love you, babe. I consider cutting the intro too. I feel like I like intros though. Feels like a show. LOL at Coach. Dang, you consider cutting the intro? Why? Why? I know, like, I guess if you're watching a playlist and every video is like, hi, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Coach Me Reed, and I'm so happy you're here. Next video. What's the intro song? One day I get... Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Coach... I guess that would get annoying after a while. Just skip that part a little bit. Skip a little bit. But keep watching. I think my adventures in going live are done. Why? Do it again. I get to the meat and potatoes. Some people don't want appetizers. Well, guess what? You gonna get. Now. Ooh, speaking of appetizers, babe, you know what I have a craving for? My husband, lover, friend. I have a craving for garlic parmesan wings, but then I also got a craving for those delicious butter rolls at steakhouse. What's that steakhouse called? Where they got the apple butter? What's that place and you ride the bull? I just got a craving for that just now. We shouldn't eat that though, right, babe? You know? Are you still here? Texas Roadhouse, husband, the love of my life. Who's in your car right now? Texas Roadhouse is in your car right now? Oh, I'm coming over there. Where you live at? Ain't no bull. Oh, garlic parm. I love me some garlic palm wings. All right, my loves, I've got to go, right? Because there's something I got to do. I'm in my car alone. Aw, Jay. Aw, she's so cute. Jay, you got any guests for your show this week? I didn't see any posts yet, but maybe later. All right, loves. I'm gonna get right. This has been fun. I've had a good time just chatting, chit chatting with you. You guys get to see all my crazy, boy, all my little accents. I'm telling you, boy, like the more and more you go live, the less you care. Look, BFF said, Jay, you got your bonnet on? He gonna get you for that bonnet forever. Guys, P.S. I don't know if you care, but next week, Wednesday, I don't know. You probably think I don't, but I get nervous like when I have to be interviewed on somebody thing. Aw, Tanika is coming at the very end, but hey, Tanika girl, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey. I'm gonna be interviewed on Chip's channel, and I'm on the what's that magazine? The digital magazine. I'm gonna be on the cover of the 6th issue, and that's really special. Chip probably doesn't know this, or maybe he does. I don't know, but the number 6 is really significant in my life because that's how many years I had my daughter. So when he said I'm going to be on the 6th issue, it kind of made me choke up a little bit, but that's another story for another day. Yeah, them Texas Roadhouse rolls are so good. Like, OMG with that damn butter on it. What kind of trickery and sorcery is that? Trickery and sorcery. That's what I call them butter rolls. Because it's like you have to literally sew your mouth shut to stop eating them. But I would love to eat those. But you know what? The food at Roadhouse is all right. But them rolls, like the food is good. Ooh, babe, Red Lobster biscuits. They got crab boils at Red Lobster. I want to go try it, but then I'm like, how much they cost? Because if it's nasty and they ain't got no eggs in it. Thank you, guys. Everybody saying congratulations. I appreciate y'all for real. Did they say residual? What's residual? I'm sorry. I don't know. Decorate with us said, I just feel way too awkward when I'm live. I can't even watch the replay. Oh, but the more and more you go live, so you know what you should do? Decorate with us if you feel like it. You don't have to for real, but go and look at them first couple of lives I did. To me, I look like a deer in headlights, like trying to find the right words and all of that. Like the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. But you gotta break out of that because going live really helps your YouTube channel. It helps everything. All right, loves, let me go so I can finish this up. I have to write something real quick. It's not gonna take long, but if I'm on live, I don't want to like be silent for a little while, so I'm just gonna get off of here. I appreciate. Yo, I love my man. All right, babe, I'm leaving. All right. All right, y'all. Have a fabulous weekend, right? I'm trying to do it. You doing a fast, Tanika? Oh, sorry. Yes, going live helps. It definitely does. Going live really helps. So just go and check out my old lives and see how awkward I was and then see how not awkward I am now. And then, or maybe I still am awkward, but I don't care. And maybe that'll help you or inspire you. Like, just do it anyway, baby. You got this. Yeah, they got a young black CEO, and he done made shrimp boils and all of that. I want to go try it. But I hope that they still have Bahama Mamas on the menu, though. Yeah, a few people. But you know how it is, though, guys. Sometimes you got to go and try stuff for yourself because sometimes, I'm not gonna say all of us, but sometimes when one of us win, everybody go there and start hating because they just want to hate. So I don't know. But it's $50. That's what I'm hearing. So I'm like, $50, and it better be good for $50. What's a Chris Brown song? What I said? I don't know. All right, let's go for real. Okay, okay. I'm gonna read these last three, and I swear for God. So here's the other problem. I can't tell my mother-in-law that. Wait, what? I can't tell my mother-in-law that she can't be there because it will start family drama, and she doesn't even speak to me when she's at our house. So it's weird as fuck. I can't tell my mother-in-law that. Oh, got it. So it's like you don't really have a space where you could go, and then she's gonna like be around. I got you. Yeah, that's tough. Maybe do it in your car. Can you go in the car? Try that. I don't know. Do you think that could work? Kiss from Jay said, "Girl, the day I drink liquor again, oh my gosh, my eyes are gonna be in the back of my head, child." Listen, Bahama Mama and a shrimp bowl, but that's good. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys get that too? Danielle, are you still here? They just sent out a some kind of alert saying that Philadelphia don't got 911. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Real quick before I go, because my man gonna be like, why you ain't leave yet? Can you hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me real quick. Did you hear that? They don't got 911. It just sent an alert, like like the Amber Alert. That's why the thing went crazy. And it was like they don't have 911. Pennsylvania doesn't have 911. What? It just went out. Why would you alert that? So people gonna start acting nuts for about 20, however long it lasts. Exactly. Like, what is that? Like, there's no 911? What the? They better get that back up and running. I think the system went down, it said. They better get that. Please, it sounds like the beginning of a trap. Yes. But I guess that's why they put the alert out so people aren't like trying to call. Like, God forbid somebody needs emergency assistance. They will drive them or get them. Hopefully, they can drive them. Don't get me. Oh, man. No, she came to my live and was in the chat pretending to be nice. Oh. Can you block her? Oh, you can't, right? How the whole system go down for the state? Exactly. That don't make no sense. They trying to do something. All right. And they don't want nobody to help. Oh my God. But you know what's going on in Philly, right? Like with the garbage. Like they're on strike and they refuse to pay the garbage men what they're owed. And like the garbage is just piling up. This place is great. Yo, guys, make sure you stay prayed up. You understand me? Make sure you stay prayed up and out the way. Something is about to go down. Oh no. Guys, does anyone live in I know Danielle lives in Philly. Hi, Hats on the Mission. I never seen you here before. How are you? Welcome to the live. My name is Coach Maureen. I'm about to log off, but before I do, can you please double tap the screen and also subscribe to the channel if you like content and you like to come. If you like to come. That's not what I meant. If you like lives and you like vlogs, I do vlogs about fitness and just having a good time with life. I would appreciate it. Hats on the mission. I'm good. Hit knitting and relaxing. My mama knits. She loves it. And we have our friend Danielle who's here. I'm not sure if she's still here, but she also knits. Oh, I gotta go for real. I gotta go charge my laptop. All right, guys. I love y'all so very much. I thank you for being here with me and staying with me for so long. Appreciate you. If whether you were here the whole time, in and out, came in for a few seconds, left, all of that. Have a great weekend. Well, actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I will go live sometime in the afternoon. Please check for my schedule because I'm going to schedule the live before I go live. So just check that out, guys. And make sure you hit the notify me button so that you're able to show up when the live starts. I'll probably be working out on live. I'll do the same thing I did last week, a jump rope segment, and then I'll do like some kind of core work. So if you want to work out with me, it'll probably be around like 1:30, 2 o'clock, around that time. So, love y'all. See you on the next one. Bye.